else to work with here, and right now I had the crazy idea, and don't get me wrong guys, I know it's possible, and I'm pretty sure since I've seen all these other creations that people have been doing, I am gonna try to make Nibelheim from FF7.
Oh my god. Alright guys, hi, how's it going? My name's Ice Valkyrie. That was a little audio clip from one of my previous videos that I did. Yeah. So, here's the thing. I didn't know when I was gonna be able to post this, but basically, I finally finished it. And I'm not just talking about Nibelheim, or Nibelheim, however you pronounce that. Okay, it started off as a tribute, just a small thing of basically building the town of Nibelheim, or Nibelheim, or whatever the hell you pronounce it, from FF7, just as a tribute to the upcoming FF7 remake that's coming out soon. Just because of my love for Final Fantasy and the fact that I'm obsessed with Dragon Quest builders too. So I decided to not only build Nibelheim, but also have the crazy idea of also doing Shinra Mansion 2 at the same time. And I have no idea how I ended up doing it, but I can tell you how many days it took me to do it. I can't show you the progress from all of it, but I will definitely show you what the end result is. So basically, it's taken me 38 days, which is approximately 1 month, 7 days, and 912 hours of just that. So, not only the town of Nibelheim's done, but also the mansion is finished too. Don't talk to me about mountains. I'm not making mountains. God forbid I'm making mountains, but my goodness gracious. I cannot believe how far I've gotten with this. I've been showing progress pictures a few times once in a while. I'm not trying to give everything away, obviously, but anyways, so guys, without further ado, I will show you my creation in-game. I hope you guys enjoy this. Leave comments in the comment section below for this video, so let me know like how you think I did. And I also want to give a big shout out and thanks to Ben XC. He came through for some questions that I had for him on Twitter, and he definitely helped me out with that, so I'm very thankful for that. And anyways guys, let's get to it. Hey, okay, welcome guys. So we made it into the game here. As you can see, I kind of dressed up my chick as kind of like a drag cloud, so trying to go with the theme. Here we are actually at the main entrance of Nibelheim. And some of the structures around on the side here are not really depicted in the main game. If you guys remember the main game, there's 2 buildings that are kind of at the bottom, and I'll show you just actually right here. I'm gonna try to import this this image. Alright, here we go. So if you guys can see this, it's basically I'm just gonna put it here, so drag it out basically and try to show you. I don't really have a pointer, but there's like kind of like I'm gonna try using my fingers. There's 2 buildings that are just like right at the bottom here, not the one that's up the top, but the ones that are kind of like at the bottom. You don't really go into those buildings at all, so it's one of those things that was really hard to actually make. So I'm just gonna put anyways this on the side for comparison so you guys can check it out as we go into this. So there's our famous kind of water tower here in the middle of the actual town itself, just like the one that's there. It's kind of hard to actually make a round town because of the fact that in Dragon Quest Builders 2 it's all about the squares. So here are the fake buildings. There's nothing actually inside of these. They're very empty. unlike the ones that are actually over here that we go into for real. So our first building that's here, and I'm just gonna get rid of this this photo now. This first building here is the inn, where we see Cloud go in and tell his basic what happened to him 5 years ago or something like that. I don't know how many years ago it was, where he blanked out. So we're just gonna go into this place here. I'm gonna have to go into like first person mode though, because unfortunately it's kind of hard to navigate camera wise from inside the actual building here. So bringing up into perspective what the actual place looks like itself. Whoops, I'm just gonna, wow, that really blew up, didn't it? Sorry about that. These image sizes are so big. I didn't realize it's probably going to do that for all of them, unfortunately. Alright, so making it smaller. Alright, let's put it here. So here's the main entrance. Tried to do as much as I possibly could with it. Unfortunately, no, we don't have a shopkeeper. With the kind of smallish, I guess, table here on the side and all this kind of stuff that's happening to go on to the actual building too. Of course, there's the side section over here too as well. We can really get into that. Let's see here. Let's look at another image here. This is gonna be big again. So we're gonna be going into the back area here, and this is basically the kitchen. So it's kind of like a little bit of a, yeah, there's a bunch of differences. I tried to do as much as I could, but like there's only so much stuff that you can actually work with in this game item wise. And I found out that there's only one kind of shelving unit that's there that actually only holds 2 different places, and there's one just here and one below there. You can't actually stack anything on the middle shelf or the top apparently. So you're probably gonna see this in other buildings as well where I did that. So it was just interesting to actually try to sort of get it accurate to what it was. And of course we're gonna be going upstairs here to where they actually hung out. So this is like another kind of small area that's here. And so here we go. So this is what basically this area is supposed to be. It's the side's back section, I guess. When you go into the flashback scene anyways with Sephiroth, you see him actually at the window and everything like that with staring out this window over here. So we kind of tried to recreate that section of it anyways. Going into the actual, oops, the bedroom that's here. So if we're trying to look at it from this angle, it's a bit of a shorter wall distance. I totally understand that, but like given the size of the actual building and trying to get the outside look and the inside look in at the same time, it's kind of difficult in that sense to actually recreate this. So yeah, that's basically that side section of it anyways for this room. And this next one, basically it's got the bedding, and it's got like the whole I guess like little drawers and everything like that, plus like the table and everything too. So basically we were able to actually do this myself. I say we, but it's actually me that did everything. So everything that's made here too. So I put a table here with the same color kind of a chair with like of course the decal on the wall. I couldn't recreate the actual drawer system though, because unfortunately we don't have something too similar to it, so that was one downside to that. Alright, so let's go to the next area here. Let's go back outside. Let's take this down. And then, okay, let's go into the store, the shop that's here. This is the Blacksmith shop, if you remember in the game. Of course, all these people with the reunion and stuff like that. So here is where basically we were for the reunion. People were like kind of just black hooded guys hanging out here, and then there was the guy that was basically over in this corner, and you were asking him questions, and he lies to you, and he says, I don't remember, you shouldn't lie to people, it's not nice to lie, and stuff like that. So let's look at this photo. Oops, that's my face. Alright, yeah, so, okay, this is like the front entrance area basically here. Again, there's a lot of items that are basically kind of hanging around. I could technically put more stuff here, but I just decided against it and trying to keep it like left out in that area. Let's take a look at another picture that's here. There's like a lot of images. Like I took so many images, guys. This is like insane. Like I wanted to do it as accurate as possible. So basically, yeah, this is like the back section, and that's the guy that was basically yelling at my guy and saying, hey, it's not nice to lie. So I tried to make it with like all the different kinds of piping and stuff like that too. So that's the other thing. I tried to make that as accurate as possible as well. So in this back section with the whole fire going and more stuff that's here, I can definitely add more in the future. That's not a problem. In this section on the side here is basically the kind of like, I guess, blacksmith area where it's got like all of his like his furnace and stuff like that. It's going. Okay, so here's the image of that anyways. This, don't mind my TV. I had to take screenshots from my phone. So basically this is the area here. I could probably recreate like kind of like a coal fire kind of thing, but I instead just used like the regular furnace that's here that we see in the game. I wasn't too sure also what was in this section, so I didn't really bother with it. Try to like keep it out as much as possible. What's not necessary. Alright, let me load up something really cool too now. This is next picture you're gonna see is actually Cloud's house. Okay, so this is technically the entrance and everything like that for Cloud's house as you go walking in, and now we are gonna go into his house. So this is basically his house here. I couldn't recreate everything to do with it either. I mean, I could probably work on maybe the steps and stuff like that to get it more accurate with the actual rugs and everything. And then I got like the kind of like camo carpet thing with the 2 beds. And then, of course, this is the kitchen that's seen here, along with the side section that's on over there. Alright, okay, so here's another image. Basically, this is of the actual kitchen itself too. Trying to recreate that is really hard, especially when you're limited with actual items when it comes to kitchen stuff. So we do have a kind of stove here and a little washing basin, I guess, or whatever you can call it. We also have the top section part here that was interesting also too. There's other kinds of like, I guess it's Mako energy that's passing through everything. But yeah, that's Cloud's house. You can definitely also have your character sleep there if you wanted to. Next house is the famous Tifa house. So when Cloud has his flashback, this is the front entrance. Unfortunately, it's not as big as depicted in the picture. But I tried to do as much as I could with a small space, and of course, again, keeping the same kind of structuring as we saw in the first photo anyways of Nibelheim. So that's what this is. This is the front main entrance. It's all built the same way. Okay, this next image is actually of the kitchen area. So this is the kitchen here. I'm just gonna drag this out of the way. You of course have the staircase that's hidden behind here, but yeah, this is the dinette that's in the middle. You have your chairs, you have your backside kitchen area, more Mako energy type deal This is the back section of the stairs, and there's like a bunch of like kind of barrels and stuff like that though too. So basically all of that was kind of done the same way as well. Okay, now we're gonna go up to the upstairs. Just like hiding my face here. So in this back section room here, there's like a kind of like table and a few cupboards, and then you got like the 2 beds. Whoops, I didn't collect those. Yeah, so you have like the 2 beds and everything. Obviously they're a lot smaller, the beds. I couldn't fit 2 huge beds in at the same place, but at least there's that. Alright, the famous scene, guys, or one of them anyway. We're going into Tifa's room. Okay, again modeled after the same way. The only unfortunate thing is that in this game there is only one type of piano, and it's a classic piano. Unfortunately, I couldn't fit it into this room because it's way too huge. I kind of wish that they did have a stand piano, but they don't. So unfortunately, instead, I put the harp here. It was one of the few instruments anyways that I saw that was interesting anyways enough for that. So I decided to use that, and instead of using like bongos or whatever else there was, I think it was like a drum or something. Wouldn't be good enough, but anyways, hope you enjoyed this part of it anyways. It's kind of it's hard to actually make something that doesn't really exist in this game. Alright, and then we're gonna get to our final accessible house down here, which is really interesting in itself too. I think this is my most decorated house, to be honest. There's a lot of carpeting and a lot of just really cool drawers and stuff. So you also have like the macro energy that's going on here, and then there's of course the Alright, so yeah, there was basically this like stairwell kind of thing leading up to the 2nd floor, which is kind of tiny like little room. And here's like the kitchen. It's a bit smaller than the actual modeled one that they actually have in this house. So to show that in comparison, it's a little bit weird. Alright, so this is like basically the entrance area, as you can see. Tried to do pretty accurate job there, keeping the carpet in and the table and everything like that. So like you got the carpet, and then you have like the kind of like drawers that are happening in here with the flowers, and then the picture that's on the wall, and of course more carpeting with the table. And then you have like the kind of macro energy thing going on in the back. It's kind of like a furnace type thing. Let's take a look at the actual kitchen. This one's going to be a bit more tiny in comparison to the actual game. So for this, basically, I kind of spaced it out a bit more because of the fact that the upstairs was kind of in the way. It doesn't really make sense with the actual design itself, unfortunately. So I had to try to like make it as close as possible and try to fit everything into this small area. And that was one of the things that I actually found out the hard way, which is basically that not everything that was depicted in the game on the outside was possible on the inside, and I'll talk about that afterwards. But for now, we're gonna go upstairs, up here, which is the kind of small roof, I guess, or second floor area. Where originally there was children that were hanging out there, but instead now there was like 2 kind of like reunion type fellows that were hanging out upstairs. So basically this is what it's supposed to look like, and this is what I did, which was basically kind of similar in a sense. Again, I couldn't do everything accurately, but I tried my best. Alright, so this is the town of Nibelheim, or Nibelheim. I want to say Nibelheim, to be honest. I think that's how I used to call it. So this is basically the town. So if you guys feel like actually coming and checking it out, I'm going to be posting up a photo, I guess, of the actual location soon enough. Alright, so this is the town. Alright guys, I hope you're excited for this because this is the part that I was kind of most challenged with, and honestly I'm kind of surprised that I actually did in the first place. So, as you can see in the background there, it's Shinra Mansion. So, I'm going to show you some pictures here, and yeah, it's gonna be a wild ride. Shinra Mansion, again, okay, like I mentioned this earlier, where the models of the houses themselves don't really match up for the actual inside views of like where your game character is hanging out. So, if you can see in the picture here, anyways, well, we'll just kind of head towards it, anyways. Alright, so let's take a look anyways of our surrounding areas. So we got all these nice little lanterns here and everything like that, just like in the picture. Unfortunately, no, I did not make the mountains that are in there, so sorry guys, no mountains. We're not going climbing anytime soon. Yeah, so the mansion itself is actually different from what you see in the picture. It's slightly different because of the fact that the leftmost room, if you see in the picture, I'm gonna say with my right hand because anyways, up there, there's kind of like 3 windows on the side, but unfortunately, if I was gonna do an actual accurate representation of it, it was not gonna work with what was actually in the game, so there's only 2. Don't ask me how many bricks were used because I wouldn't be able to tell you. I pretty much completed the whole entire mansion based on the actual insides of it and the sizing of it. So if you take a look at the rooftop, it's all kind of different shapes and sizes, and those are to actually represent what the actual game flooring would look like if it were accurate to the game siding and stuff like that. You can also see that I put windows and stuff. We'll take a visit up there afterwards, after we visited the whole entire mansion, but for now, let's just take a look inside. Okay, welcome to the mansion. I'm gonna have to do first person mode because I don't think this thing is working properly. Okay, there we go, we got it. Alright, so this is the main entrance of the actual mansion itself. So here's the main staircase, here's the weird kind of flooring thing. There's a door in the back over there. And there's a bunch of different doors in different directions going on there. So let's just take a look at the image for comparison here. Alright, so this is what it basically looks like in the actual game. Again, we have the 2 rooms, small rooms on the side, on the left side and the right side, that are kind of like in an open view anyways from when you're playing the actual game itself. Unfortunately, no, I did not do that in this game. The walls are actually closed off to close off the whole entire thing. So yeah, this is basically what it looks like anyways from this standpoint. Hello. Alright, let's go over to our first room on the left hand side over here. I gotta change the mood of the music, man. I got the wrong music going on. There we go, that's more better. Much better. Alright, okay, so we got this side room that's here. Let's put this up here. Haha. Alright, so this is the side room that's here. There's not much going on in this. There's like kind of like a kitchen area, I guess, in this room that's depicted. It's very empty. There's a lot of space that's in between, if you can see that. Very boring room, to be honest. There's not much happening. Okay, so then now we're gonna go over to the other side. This is the other room. It's junk-filled room. There's not much going on. There's just like a whole bunch of just junk and stuff like that that's kind of just in this room. Nothing too spectacular. So basically I just filled it with kind of like chests and papers and barrels and stuff like that, and wheat sacks and everything like that. So everything is pretty much accurate there, especially with the lights and everything too, so that's what's going on here. I don't know if you guys remember this section anyways, but it's basically this is the room that we're going to visit right now, which is this kind of small back room, and it's one of the areas that you can actually get an item from, so I kind of put chests like this just to represent that there is actually something there. Couldn't do everything entirely to, again, accuracy. It's kind of just trying to fill what we could and just roll with the punches, I guess. We're gonna be going into the piano room here, our second piano. So we actually do have a grand piano here where you can technically sit in front of it and play it if you wanted to. We won't have Cloudette, I should say, playing it. Of course, you got all the windows and the stained glass windows anyways to represent what's in the actual game picture that you see here. I'm just gonna make this smaller so you can see it. You got the kind of like table here. I know for a fact that it's supposed to be white, but unfortunately there's nothing actually in the game that's this size with a cover on it. I'm just gonna heal up my guy for a second because it's going complete in my ma'am. Alright, so back here is the kind of back corridor, which is connecting the two back rooms together. I don't know if... Did I take a picture of this? Yeah, I guess I kind of did. No actual walls that are showing your character because you're viewing it from the front. So this is basically this corridor here that we're going into. And then, of course, you're seeing both that room that we were just in earlier, plus the one that we're kind of entering right now. So this is one of the back rooms that's here. And of course, there's the staircase that's leading up into the new, or the other section that's going to be in the following photo. So that's basically in this subsection here. It's kind of like another storage area, room, whatever. It's not a very well kept manner, to be honest. I think Shinra was just using it for storing things. I don't know. I don't have any actual stuff that's in there, so unfortunately. Sorry guys, no potions, no whatever. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna be heading up the stairs here, so we're just gonna head up to this wonderful staircase on the various windows. And we're gonna be going into the back room. You guys remember this wonderful garden that's here? So basically recreated the same kind of thing with all these plants and everything in this subsection that's here with a nice skylight at the top. Again, another treasure chest for the item that you're supposed to be able to collect in this room. So there's that. And then let's take a look at this. So this is another room. This is like a kind of like just a chill out room or whatever like that. You find Cloudy actually wakes up in that room at one point with no control over it. You can't actually go and sleep in this room if I recall correctly. So it's just kind of like an extra bedroom area. It's not as dark and gloomy as the actual photo that I'm showing right now, but we still try to do the best that we could anyways with this kind of same setting or whatever like that scenario. I recall playing and no extra characters, or actually, I don't even know why it would be considered an extra character, to be honest. He's actually supposed to be a main character, but Vincent Valentine basically was considered to be an extra character in the game that you can get if you go into this room here, and if you unlocked the dial, or if you found out the combination and you had to dial the number in as fast as you could in order to unlock it, and then fight a, I don't know what kind of beast it was, some kind of monster thing anyways that both nullified magic and physical attacks for whatever reason. But yeah, this is basically this is the beginning of where you can get Vincent, which is basically where you get the key. Alright, so this next section that's here basically is the back of the back room. on the side with another item here. Alright, so yeah, this is basically the back room here. It's kind of got like a little more clutter, and then there's chairs and stuff, and then you got like the kind of rounded part here that I have no idea what that was or what it's supposed to be doing. Okay, so this is basically that room here. It's kind of got like a little shelving unit, and it connects to the actual other kind of room that's there. I don't even know what to call it. I'm just like trying to speak for it. Yeah, so it's like this shelving unit part here that you can only kind of see from above. And then you got like this kind of back section here anyways with the kind of bed and stuff, and you're like, oh, this looks pretty cool. I'm like, where would sleep there? And then like in the actual game they're like, where did Sephiroth go? You didn't even see him leave the mansion and stuff. And you're like, what the heck, man? Like, where'd he go? And then like you discover that like there's this like secret door that's here. That's right, I made the secret door. So basically this part's made with magnets, so it's basically to just move the door up and down. And if you go in here, you can actually just like press those buttons though too to open and close it whenever you feel like it. And then here's the staircase going down. So if you guys remember this staircase, we're gonna go down it. So I can also jump down there if I feel like it, but for our sake, we're just gonna take the stairs. Just to know that it actually works accurately and everything. So this is basically that. And then, of course, you got this wonderful thing here, which is actually, the camera angle is from the opposite end. You see Cloud kind of running towards the front camera from that side, so if we were gonna recreate the scene, it would be like literally I would have to go, I don't know, I wouldn't be able to do it. I would kind of like run this way, I guess. So that's basically what this is anyways, this kind of like entrance area sort of slash whatever. And then you got the like, kind of like doorway on the side, and remember that key that we kind of like, you know, found upstairs? So we got our key, and we're gonna open this door over here, and that's gonna be an interesting thing that's there. And what better way but to find our friend Vincent in this wonderful cavernous kind of scary area with like a lot of skeletons and bones and stuff. And he's actually that's resting in the one in the middle. Technically our person could take a rest there if they wanted to, but we're not gonna do that. But yeah, this is like the area that you find Vincent, which is pretty cool. You get to talk to him and, you know, make friends with him, or try to make friends with him. If it doesn't work out, well, I guess he's gonna be sleeping there forever, isn't he? So yeah, it's a good thing that we actually did, however, get him, so there's that. Alright, so now we're gonna go into the lab. Oh, I didn't actually show an image anyways of, yeah, quick, we'll just show an image of what the actual place looks like with, this is like what the actual representation of where Vincent is actually hanging out. So you can get the gist of it. And then of course we're gonna go into, let's just go inside and check out the actual lab itself. Again, you don't see the stuff from the front because it's actually from kind of the backside, which I can't really do with this camera angle. But here are the kind of like tubes, the test tubes where both Cloud and Zack were experimented on, as you find out in Crisis Core, or actually as you find out in FF7 anyways, in the extra cutscenes and stuff like that. With their all kind of like mechanical stuff and their alchemy and whatever else there is, with their various gigantic library that's here. We're gonna bring it back a bit to our friend Sephiroth anyways, because of course he's the star of the show. He basically loses his mind in this library here, because he's reading all the books to do with his so-called mother. Anyways, here's the library. It's kind of accurate, I would say. I mean, I've taken pictures before of it. It's pretty awesome to look at. It's actually, this is the last area anyways of the mansion that we're going to be checking out, which is pretty cool in itself. The old backstory and everything like that. So I hope you guys are enjoying this so far anyways. And now we're going to get into the actual library section here. So in this last picture, you have the actual library. So this is basically where he's reading all the stuff and everything. And then you can actually, in-game, go to those different books and then read up what's going on and find out why people are doing the things that they're doing. So this is the back library that's here. I don't think we can... Oh yeah, we got a good angle here. So this is basically it here. If we wanted to, we can just, you know, sit down and read some books. I don't think I recommend it though. Not to be learning about Shinra and their evil tests that they done on people and stuff like that. And somebody was suggesting it to me. They're like, well, if you do this, maybe you can do the macro reactor too. And I'm like, I don't think I want to try that. Especially when you're like, okay, I can't make the monsters inside of the actual reactor itself though too if I did the one on the side or the back. Yeah, that's not happening. But yeah, this is basically it. Like, this is the main basement part and everything, and yeah. You guys can check that out when you want to. I made warps so that you can easily get out of it too, so you don't have to go back up all of those stairs and stuff like that, so it doesn't have to be too crazy with everything that's going on. But yeah, that's basically it. This is all the work that I pretty much did. We're just gonna try to go up top anyways, to see... I don't know if I can get up there. We'll find out. I'm gonna try to see if I can get up there. I don't know if I'm tall enough. Am I high enough? I don't know. Okay, yeah, we made it. Alright, so yeah, this is all the tiling and stuff like that that's actually on the roof here. So there's like a huge light that comes through here anyways from the top part. Also with the garden that's in here. I put some skylights that's going on here, so it's pretty cool. I also put one in the same room though where we get the key for Vincent. I think I also put some on the other side too as well. Yeah, I put a like kind of skylight on, actually on the secret entrance anyways to the basement. So there's kind of a bit of light there. Fortunately for this island, the weather is kind of always raining. I haven't unlocked all of the potential yet, and I haven't gotten the weather cards yet to actually change the weather and stuff like that, but I kind of like it dark and gloomy anyways for this. It's pretty cool. Over the rooftops at the mansion. Alright, I'll put it a little bit closer like this. Alright, let's take that. And then, I don't know if I should change the mood of the image itself. Kind of like this kind of shot, or black and white, all like scary and stuff. It's kind of like a flashback photo, to be honest. Alright, let's kind of do that, I guess. Let's see here. Save. Yes. Okay, so for this, if it lets me, okay. Alright guys, so this is basically my image. Anyways, you can come and visit my island or whatever. It's like a back island basically. And you could see in the uploader ID below. You can go check it out if you have Dragon Quest Builders. If not, definitely saw it in this video here. I'm glad I was able to show it to you guys. This is definitely an exciting project that I had going. That took me for a whole month basically to get it done. This was between my hours at work and at home basically when I came home and everything. So that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's definitely rare that I build something like this, but I'm very passionate about this game. Dragon Quest Builders 2 is really an excellent game to play. You can definitely create whatever you want, use any type of creativity as you've seen in probably other people's various videos. But yeah, thanks for joining me on this wonderful journey, and I'll hope to be making something in the future soon. I'm not too sure what that project is. I was maybe thinking I would do something along the lines of maybe Bioshock. I have no idea if it's even possible though, because the water physics in this game are kind of a bit weird, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, thanks for joining me. My name's Valkyrie. I hope you like this and enjoyed this video. So if you feel free to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. It doesn't matter. I really appreciate any kindness that you can give me. I don't monetize these videos, so it's just for fun mostly. But anyways, take care of yourselves.